Once upon a time, in a small village nestled at the foot of a towering mountain, there lived a curious and ambitious young student named Kai. He had heard tales of a wise master who resided in a humble cottage atop the mountain, possessing profound knowledge and wisdom that surpassed all others in the village. Intrigued by these stories, Kai embarked on a journey to seek the wisdom of the master. After a long and arduous climb, Kai reached the master's cottage. The master welcomed him with a warm smile and invited him to sit beside a tranquil pond nearby. To Kai's surprise, the water in the pond was murky and filled with swirling mud. Kai, eager to learn, asked the master, "Master, why is the water in this pond so muddy? It is not a pleasing sight." The master looked at Kai and replied, "Ah, young one, it is like the mind of a person seeking clarity. Just as the mud stirs up the water, so do our thoughts and desires cloud our mind. If you wish to see the water clear, you must learn a valuable lesson." Intrigued by the master's words, Kai asked, "What must I do, master?" The wise master gestured to the pond and said, "Watch closely, Kai. Observe the water and pay attention to what happens when you try to clear it." With great focus, Kai looked at the pond and began to notice the subtle movements of the water. He saw that every time he moved his hand or disturbed the water, the mud would swirl and further cloud the clarity. The master spoke softly, "Do you see, Kai? The more you stir, the muddier the water becomes. But if you let it be, if you refrain from interfering, the mud will settle, and clarity will naturally arise." Kai pondered upon the wisdom of the master's words. He realized that the same principle applied not only to the pond but also to his own mind. Just as stirring the water created more murkiness, his restless thoughts and desires hindered his clarity and peace of mind. Determined to attain the wisdom he sought, Kai made a vow to practice stillness and observe his own mind. He discovered that by observing his thoughts without judgment and allowing them to settle naturally, his mind became clearer, and he gained a deeper understanding of himself and the world around him. As the days passed, Kai continued to visit the master, sitting by the muddy pond and practicing the art of stillness. Gradually, he found his mind becoming more serene and his perspective becoming clearer. He realized that the key to attaining clarity was not in forcefully trying to change the external circumstances, but rather in cultivating inner stillness and patience. With time, Kai became known as a wise and peaceful individual in the village. People would seek his counsel and guidance, and he would share the wisdom he had gained from the master. And so, the tale of Kai and the muddy pond teaches us that in the midst of life's challenges and uncertainties, finding clarity and peace of mind requires us to embrace stillness, observe our thoughts, and allow them to settle naturally. Just as the mud in the pond eventually settles, so too can the murkiness in our minds fade away, revealing the true clarity and wisdom that lie within us all. Remember, my dear friends, that in the pursuit of clarity, sometimes the greatest power lies not in stirring the water but in finding the courage to let it be.